Welcome back to the channel Tarot Yogi. I'm Vinit I, Tarot Intuitively, and today we have another really special reading. It's a collaboration between Rutu from Divine Energy Tarot and me, and the reading for today is what is the first impression of your future spouse? And please do go check out the extended reading on Divine Energy Tarot's channel, which is going to be what is your future spouse's first impression of you. So definitely go check out Divine Energy Tarot. She's a great tarot reader. She's a fellow Indian tarot reader. So it's really an honor to do this collaboration. So please do go check out her reading on her channel and check out her other videos. And having said that, we have three piles to choose from today. Pile number one, we have Soft Whispers. Pile number two, we have A Loving Gaze. Pile number three, we have Unrequited Desire. So take a minute, see what pile is being called to you intuitively. The description box below will have the timestamp for your pile. And again, remember, these are general readings, so please take what resonates, leave the rest. And if you like my style of reading, please like this video, share, subscribe, comment. It means a lot. It helps the channel grow. And please do go check out the extended reading on Divine Energy Tarot's channel. I'll try to link it in the description box below. And if you want to reach out for a private reading, you can definitely do that. My email ID and my Instagram handle are given in the description box below, and I'll see you guys in your reading. Thank you. Hello, pile number one. If you chose the Soft Whispers card, this is your reading on the first impression of your future spouse. So we're asking angels, ancestors, spirit guides, ascended masters, star family today. What will be pile number one's first impression of their future spouse? How will they know? We thank you for these clear, concise, and accurate messages, angels, ancestors, spirit guides, ascended masters, star family. We thank you for always guiding us, especially when we need us the most. What is pile number one's first impression of their future spouse? Okay, pile number one, we have the Lovers. We have Knight of Swords. We have Queen of Chalices, which is Queen of Cups in this deck. Five of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, Knave of Swords, which is again the Page of Swords, Seven of Wands, and we have Nine of Swords. So, and we have the Soft Whispers card. So first things first, I think the very first impression of your future spouse will be, I think you will just know we have the Lovers card, so this is most likely someone not from your past in this life, but probably someone from your past life. This is definitely giving me strong soulmate, twin flame energy over here. And I think you both will be at a very pivotal moment in both your respective lives where a lot of things haven't worked out for you. A lot of relationships especially haven't worked out for you. And you're sort of in the process of letting that go and really embracing to perhaps be single and, just enjoy singlehood really. And I think you will definitely meet them not online. It's not giving me a Tinder grinder vibe. It's giving me more of like a social event. So, you could either meet at work or you could either meet at some sort of party, some sort of gathering, some sort of social event, somewhere outdoors even, near the water, near trees is what I'm picking up. So there will be a lot of people around you, and you will definitely sort of just have an inkling, and I think you will just energetically sense them. And your future spouse is very attractive, I must say. They're very, they probably hit the gym very often, or they do some form of exercise which keeps them really fit, or they could just naturally be very tall and lean. And what you will be able to guess about them right away on your first impressions is this is a person of action. This is not someone who says a lot. And I think saying and talking is a big deal over here, because I think they will be very smooth talkers. I think even you are a very eloquent speaker, pile number one, so, and you're going to really love their voice when they finally like speak to you, so I think you will be eyeing each other throughout the night till they sort of have the courage to come up and speak to you. And you will be able to sense that they're very well-to-do also. And you will also be able to gauge that things weren't always good for them. I think they have gone through their own financial struggles, and they've sort of seen what poverty is like. And they have truly built something from ground up for themselves, so they could be owners of their own business, they could be entrepreneurs of some kind. And I'm even getting influencers over here, for some of you. So this person is very much well liked. This person is very much in the public eye in some way, and this person has a lot of suitors too, I would say, because your future spouse is very, very attractive. And I would say that the complete package, because they're just not very attractive, they're also very loving, and I think you will be able to sense how deep their heart is. We have the Queen of Cups, and we have two queens. We have Queen of Cups and Queen of Swords. So like I said, I feel a lot of y'all, I feel your soulmate, I said, so perhaps this is your soulmate, your future spouse over here. You can definitely tell that they have gone through certain things, and they have really seen their own fair share of difficulties and adversities in life, and that has also sort of helped them put up a wall. They will be very defensive, so I feel that they may not be able to look you in the eye right away, especially on your first meeting. I think they may be a little nervous, and you'll perhaps be able to pick that up. But I think, and what I'm also getting is, it's perhaps going to be a rather subconscious feeling, but you're just going to have a sense of relief to have finally have found the person of your dreams, because this person is very much going to be the person of your dreams. And they may definitely speak to you softly, and I think what you need to pay attention to is not what they are saying, but how they are saying it. So this is someone who is very, very deep, and they sort of, let you do the work and read between the lines. So I think that they may have this very funny way of flirting where, they're very flirty 1 minute and the next minute they're just sort of cold. So I think they have this hot and cold pattern within them, But we also have the dichotomy of the Queen of Swords and Queen of Cups. So, they are very, very loving, and you'll be able to sense how deep they are. But you will also see that this person is very, very guarded. This person has gone through their own fair share of heartbreaks just like you, and they sort of won the real deal. And the Queen of Swords in this card, she looks kind of somber, and she just has that sword ready in her hand to, like, cut anyone in the way who is truly, like, bothering her. She looks pretty bothered over here, I would say. So they definitely have a lot of people around them who are sort of draining them. And I think the more you start to get to know them, this will be more apparent to you, certain energetic vampires that they have in their lives. And I think this will also be mirrored into you, But this person definitely won't be able to take their eyes off you, and they very much could have blue eyes. I'm getting blue and green eyes, or they could have light brown eyes. And they could definitely be tall, they're definitely taller than you over here. So another thing that I'm getting is this person is, again, like I said, very, very good at communicating. This person reads the room very well. They may not always make it very apparent, but they're very, very observant. And I think they will be observing you from the periphery of their eye the minute they see you. Something will be stirred up within them. And, like, it's very obvious that there will be a lot of physical attraction that you both will feel, but I don't think you both will sort of cave in and tell each other that for a long time. So I'm seeing that it's going to be like a long relationship. Like, it's going to take a while to get to, being together, because you probably have some karma to resolve over here. But obviously this is your future spouse, so you are going to end up with this person. And I think this person will also get you a little triggered, because I think you have been on the journey of self-love. You really have been trying to love yourself in the best way possible, and meeting this person is just going to bring into your consciousness things you still need to heal from, Like, this person will trigger you, and I think what will trigger you is the fact that how can someone so attractive be into you, or someone so smart be into you, because I think you've had your own fair share of losers and uglies that you have dated in your past, but this is not going to be a repetition of that. So please remember that it's not going to be the same kind of cycle. Be very mindful of that, because you have a tendency to get as triggered as they will, because I think they will also get triggered seeing you. You sort of have this whole mission in this life to come together and heal each other, and sort of help each other even bring down these walls that you have sort of built up to keep your heart safe, you know. But you may even feel that this person is like really good at dancing. You may see them dance, or they may even ask you to dance with them. And I would say that your first impression of your future spouse would be that they're very stubborn. I'm picking up a very stubborn energy over here, so they sort of want their way. So like I was saying, they're probably very, very stubborn. And by that, what I mean is this person is very much driven by their passions, and I feel this is something that has gotten them into a lot of trouble in their past. And looking at you, for them, it's sort of going to be like a heart attack moment, because it's like, their whole past will be rushing back into them, and in their own in their own mind. And they will be trying to process that, while like also trying to at least get your number or something, or make some form of connection. And you also need to know that this relationship is very, very protected. If you have the Lovers card, so you have your angels overlooking this relationship. And I do have a lot of people who ask me, when am I going to meet the person? And whenever anyone asks me that, most of the time I pull the wheel of fortune. And that's not what people want to hear, right? People want to have an exact time and date as to when they're going to meet. But I really feel it's very subjective. I think it's really about how much of healing work you have done, and how much of healing work even they have done. So it's very much a happenstance thing. And you sort of have to keep having faith in divine timing. And I always say about faith on my channel that doesn't matter if you're religious or not, you don't need to have blind faith. You earn your faith. And I think this is really going to be a test of that. And I think the cliche here is you're only going to meet your future spouse once you feel you're complete within yourself and you don't really need anyone. You're not going to meet this person out of desperation. Any sort of relationship you seek out of desperation, trying to fill a void, whatever, it always backfires. Think about it. Look at your own past. So you're not going to be repeating any of those cycles. And another thing that is again coming through very, very strong is this person is very stubborn about their passions, and I think a lot of times they will just do things. They will just do things and then not always think it through. I think you are the more analytical one, you're the more intuitive one. You are the one who sort of calculates all possible scenarios before sort of taking action to get what you exactly want. And this person will sort of, I'm not saying this person is very impulsive, but this person is very driven by their passion. And I think that is something that they will even try to fight first, because they'll feel as if they're being tricked or something. And then I think they will soon have the realization that you are also the real deal here. So another thing that I'm really getting here is your first impression, perhaps you will be able to tell right away that they are insomniacs. Maybe this is something that they shared with you, or maybe it's something very, very apparent to you because of the under eyes that they sleep very less. This person also works very, very hard. They have their own kingdom to sort of look over. They have their own world, so to speak, that they have dominion over. So this person is very, very busy, just like you. I think you both are like working individuals, or at least you will be working by the time you meet. And on your first impressions, I think first right away, you will sort of feel like, this person is just like every other guy or every other girl you've ever met. But then soon talking to them, you will realize that this person actually has so much depth. And I think this is also you. People may even perceive you to be one way or another till they actually get to know you, till they actually are able to break down certain walls and really see you for who you are. And I think there will be this instant recognition of just having that you've sort of known each other, you know? Yeah, but you're also going to really, really trigger each other. I think that's another message truly, truly coming here and coming very strong. And like I said, a lot of people always ask me, when am I going to meet the person? And to that, I really want to say is, imagine all your karmic relationships, all the bad ones, people that you very thankfully didn't end up with. if those people have triggered you so much, you can only imagine how much your soulmate or your twin flame is going to trigger you. You can only imagine. So if you feel you are in a hurry to meet them, just let go of that, because that's just desperation. And like I said, nothing good can come out of desperation, especially in relationships. So I think what you need to do till you meet them is try to find joy in whatever ways you can, you know. Try to find joy in what you do, what you wear, how you speak, whatever. Go to the beach, do anything necessary. Go to an art gallery for fun, you know. Do whatever fulfills your heart and sort of keeps you in that vibration of love. And I think with the soft whispers card, what I'm also getting here is you're not going to meet this person till you sort of shift your own paradigm about the own narrative that you have about yourself and about the relationships that you've had. And I think this is also a lot of you untying your ancestral karmic baggage. What you say to yourself is very, very important. So say loving things to yourself. Really try to say the nicest things to yourself. How would you talk to yourself if it was your future spouse speaking to you? Speak to yourself the way you would speak to them. And I feel this person also writes poetry. I think you will sort of realize this, or they may just have a very poetic way of speaking. They definitely have a way with their words. This is definitely a wordsmith for sure. And I think even you are to like a very, very great extent. And as of the signs, what I'm getting, they could have prominent Gemini placements, Sun, Moon, Rising. They could have Aquarius, Libra, or we have Queen of Cups, so Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. And I'm not getting a lot of Earth sign energy here, perhaps Virgo, Capricorn. I'm definitely not getting Taurus. And yeah, perhaps even a lot of Libra over here. But I think this person is much closer than you think that they are. And I feel like for a lot of y'all, maybe you are even with your person. And you just really need to know that this is a very divine relationship. We have the Lovers card, and here we sort of have, the lovers are literally floating over water. So, and they have angel wings. So this relationship, nothing can happen, nothing can go wrong. And even if there is certain amount of distance between y'all, it is meant to be. It is for you to realize the worth, even for them to realize your worth. So sometimes if this is a no contact situation, which it may be for a very few of y'all, give them their space, focus on yourself, make yourself the priority, how you expect them to be, how you expect them to make you a priority, right? So I think that is a really, really important message, to not let go of all that you have created for yourself just because of this person. And I feel this person is in fact going to come and help you tend to your garden. You're not going to have to sacrifice to be with this person like you probably have in your past. So don't worry, that's not going to repeat. Shuffle some oracle and see any additional messages. Okay, we have the trickster, and the trickster reads, transcending convention, stuffiness, and predictable behavior. And the shadow attribute is manipulating others through duplicity. So you will definitely be able to see that there's more to this person than meets the eye. And and I think even you embody the trickster archetype to a great extent as a way of self-defense. And I think what you're going to be teaching each other is you don't have to be in the trickster energy to feel safe and to feel protected and loved, because you will be showing each other unconditional love that you almost never had, until you meet this person. So, and even I feel for a lot of y'all, this person may have their own unique way of dressing, they may have their own unique style. This is definitely not someone who follows trends. So there's something very unique about them. There's something, they may even have tattoos. They have something about them that really sets them apart. And it's not just something physical, it's just their energy. But yes, there will be a few mind games that they may play with you, and even you may play with them. But this is your future spouse, so you are going to come together with them by the end of it all, everything's said and done. Any other messages? Yeah, so that's all I have for my pile number. Once again, it's a general reading, so please take what resonates, leave the rest. And if you like my style of reading, please like this video, share, subscribe, comment. It means a lot. It helps the channel grow. And please do go check out the extended reading on Divine Energy Tarot's channel. And if you want to reach out for a private reading, you can definitely do that. My email ID and my Instagram handle are given in the description box below, so you can definitely reach out for a private reading. And I'll see you guys in the next reading. Thank you. Hello, pile number 2. If you chose a loving gaze, this is your reading on the first impression of your future spouse. What is your first impression of your future spouse? Okay, pile number 2, we have the Justice, 5 of Cups, 8 of Swords, the Moon, Protector, which is the Empress in this deck, Ace of Swords, 5 of Swords, Temperance, and Ace of Cups. So, obviously, first things first, I think your person has really beautiful eyes. They could have hazel eyes, they could have blue eyes, they could have green eyes. And I think the very first time you will encounter each other, you will just not be able to take your eyes off each other. And I think this is going to be like a mutual thing where you just can't stop looking at each other, but at the same time, you don't want to look at each other. I'm all of a sudden hearing Radar by Britney Spears, where she's sort of just thinking about how she has her eyes locked on this guy and how he's basically falling for the eye trick, and so you're not going to perhaps exchange a lot of words in your first meeting. You're not going to have a lot of verbal exchange. Perhaps it's going to, you may perhaps meet through a mutual friend or something, or maybe you meet at a party where there's a lot of noise. So for some reason, I'm not picking up that you're speaking to them a lot, but there is a lot of eye contact, and I think there is a lot being said through the eye contact. I feel a lot of y'all could be very perceptive. I feel you could be my clairvoyants, my psychics, my mediums, my Reiki healers, my yoga teachers. But, your partner is probably as psychic as you, if not more. Or they may not have perhaps worked on their psychic gifts as much as you have. But there's really something in the eyes. So I think the majority of your conversation is going to be like a very visual thing than like a very auditory experience. But your first impression of them will be the fact that you can tell that this person is very just. You will be able to you will be able to tell right away that this person is not a tyrant. You can sense and feel their soft heart. Even though it is perhaps buried deep inside, you can definitely feel it. And right away in your first impressions, you may be able to tell that your future spouse is a little emo, and they have gone through their own fair share of failed relationships. And another thing that you'll be able to tell right away about your future spouse is that they have a tendency of being stuck in their head for too long, and they perhaps have a tendency of not letting things go. So I feel this person has a lot of strong narratives around the past. And I think what you're going to do is you're going to help them relieve these narratives that they have, sort of really created as a way of self-defense. But you're going to really help them dissolve these narratives that they're so like holding dearly to themselves. So I feel this person definitely has something in their past, and you will be able to sense this. There is a certain amount of mystery to them, just the way there's a certain amount of mystery to you is what I'm picking up here, pile number 2. And it doesn't matter if you're looking for a male, female, or anything in the middle. They're showing up here as the Empress, so they're going to be very nurturing, they're going to be very loving, they're also going to be very, very protective. They have a very abundant air about them. They could also be very well to do. Perhaps they are making more money than you when you meet them, at least. But they definitely are someone who is very much in touch with their feminine, and this person, you can tell, has a good relationship with their mother. I'm really picking up also a very angelic energy here for some reason, so I feel this person is the voice of reason in a lot of people's lives. They perhaps have a lot of people under them that they sort of look after. So this is someone who has a lot of responsibilities. And you will be able to sense right away that this person is very, very balanced. Nothing can really take off your future spouse off their A game. They don't really break character. I feel at times they may come off as very, very stoic. Also, that is a possibility. But yeah, Spirit is saying this person is really going to give you a run for your money when it comes to your intuition, because you're really going to have to use your intuition to discern this person. I'm also picking up a very heavy Libra energy. There could be a Libra, they could have any prominent Libra placements, or they could be a Pisces. I'm also getting Sagittarius heavy. I'm getting Aquarius, Cancer, Pisces. I'm not getting earth signs or fire signs for that fact. So this person could either be a water sign or a air sign, So you will be able to tell that this person really, really loves themselves, not in an arrogant way, but in like a altruistic self-love kind of way. And perhaps they will be very well put together. They could have a very beautiful way of dressing, or they may have a very clean way of dressing. And you can definitely tell that this person takes care of their physical self, and they definitely are very like clean. Perhaps they could be clean shaven also. What I'm getting is they have a very lean figure. They could go to the gym, they could do yoga, they could be very, very tall, but I'm picking up mainly a very lean energy. This is not someone who's very overweight, and this is someone who's very tall also. So, if you're worried about being with someone short, don't worry. You're going to be with someone tall, pile number 2. We have 5 of Cups and 5 of Swords. So I feel this person has really, really seen their own fair share of misfortunes. And you will be able to sense this. You will be able to sense so much about this person just by looking into their eyes. And you will just know that this person has been put on this earth just for you. So there will be an instant amount of recognition. And what I'm also getting here is they may perhaps even push you away because of this, because they haven't probably experienced anything this intense. They haven't probably experienced something so intense, so they may even get freaked out. And I feel pile number 2, you have a tendency and you have a pattern of people getting too scared of your intensity. I think your past partners, they have sort of projected on to you a lot of their own shortcomings, and that is not going to happen with this person, because this person is very honest with them, with themselves at a very intimate level, just the way you are. I feel you have a no nonsense policy, and so does this person. We have the Justice card. So, and I feel this is also reflected onto you. If anyone messes with you, they get instant karma, whether you always see it or not. And that is the same for this person. So, please be on your best behavior. I shouldn't even have to say that. What I'm really getting here with the cards is, I think when you finally make eye contact, everything is just going to sort of fade into the background, and everything is just going to become very slow motion. And, time is just going to stop for you. And it's going to stop for both of y'all. There is going to be like an instant connection. And I know it sounds very cheesy, but I feel that is what it is. It's literally going to be love at first sight, even if they may not say that to you right away. I feel there is an instant recognition, because I feel this person has been looking for the one for a very long time. And this person is also very weary and tired. And this person, let me say, also has some self-sabotaging tendencies. So I feel at times they may take out the self-sabotaging tendencies on you. So Spirit is also saying be very careful. But I feel in the beginning this person may not take any sort of action towards you. But I think that then soon they will realize your worth, and I don't think they will be able to keep you. They won't be able to keep their hands off you. And we're going to be very PG-13 here, but you know what I mean for my adults. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of physical chemistry. There's going to be a lot of intimacy. There's really going to be a desire to want to have each other. And I think on your first impression, I think what's going to happen to both of y'all is, especially to you, you will feel like becoming the best version of yourself, which I think you have been doing anyway, but I think you will have more of a reason than just yourself for once. So there will be a sort of selflessness when it comes to loving this person. That's going to be a very major theme for you in your relationship. like I said, everything is just going to fade into the backdrop, and your whole life will start making sense to you all of a sudden. You will have a lot of clarity about why a lot of your relationships didn't work, and you just have a sense of lightness about you. When you meet this person, so you very much will be on the journey of self-love. And I think the more balanced you are, the more balanced your future spouse will be. So please keep working on yourself, especially if you're single. And if you're taken, you know there is a lot of love here. There's definitely a lot of love here, even if at times they may not be able to articulate that to you, just because of how heavy their past has been. But you're going to definitely be very balanced when you even meet each other. But when you sort of come into union, there's going to be a beautiful amount of synchronicity in your relationship. You're going to really going to come together and you know create a very beautiful, harmonious relationship, which is not just going to affect you all, but everyone around you all. you know you're going to have a beautiful halo and a glow about you. And like I said, this person has very, very attractive eyes, and I think so do you. Another message coming through over here is for the people who haven't met their future spouse yet in pile number 2. They're obviously very charming, they're obviously very attractive, and the thing is, they have a shadow side that they haven't integrated completely. So I think Spirit God is going to use you sort of as a framework to help them integrate their own shadow. So like I said, you at times may have to sort of be at the receiving end of it, but this is your future spouse, so it's all going to balance out. We have the Justice card, so nothing is truly going to be a secret to you about this person. I think this person, once they can fully trust you and open up, they will really trust you and open up, and you know you will also be able to understand why they kept certain things from you, at least in the beginning. you know and I think what I'm also getting here is, after a point, you both are going to have like a very strong telepathic connection. Just and I feel this is going to be very useful if you're going out, if you're with other friends, if you're at a party, at a work event, whatever. You'll just be able to look at each other, and you wouldn't even feel the need to exchange words. You'll be able to read each other's mind and each other's thoughts, each other's feelings. If someone is really acting out of character, you will just look at each other and have a smirk, for example. You're going to have a very telepathic bond, and you're going to exactly understand what the person needs and what you also need. Your person will be able to understand and fulfill that for you. And I don't feel you've had that for a very, very long time. You've had to be alone circumstantially. So just know that love is coming in, and it is coming in sooner than you think. And we have the Wheel of Fortune, so I can't say when. And I know a lot of people who come to me for private readings get really upset when I don't tell them a very exact time, because I always pull the Wheel of Fortune in their readings as well. And Wheel of Fortune definitely is a sign that there are things beyond your power, there are higher forces at play. So all you can do is you can do your part diligently and just hope for the best. Because the wheel will turn into your favor. You just may not be able to say when, but it is going to happen nonetheless. So this is a true test for you in your faith. And the thing I always say about faith on my channel is, you don't need to have blind faith. Blind faith is very poisonous, whether you're religious or not. You need to have earned your faith. And I think that's what this is going to be. It's going to be a real test on how much do you truly want what you think you want. And obviously you're going to get this person because this is your future spouse, and we also have the Justice card, so you're going to be legally married. And especially if you're like, if you're sort of queer, or you're looking for a same-sex partner, or if you're trans or something, don't worry, you will be able to marry this person on paper. You're going to have a legal marriage, you're going to have a legal binding contract. So if you're like trans, queer, whatever, same sex, you're going to have that. You're going to also get the acceptance, is what Spirit is saying here. But I feel another thing that I'm really getting here is, the thing about your future spouses, they may be a little older than you, but they don't really look like it. They have a youthful energy about them, and they definitely look much, much younger than they actually are. So I think when you find out their age, it may even throw you off a little. Yeah. Yeah, but this person is very, very deep, you know. This person is as deep as you, so don't ever underestimate them in any sort of sense, you know. There's going to be a lot of love here, and and coming together is really going to be like a sense of rebirth for both of you. Something that you have been wanting, you know. I think you both have had your fair share of battles that you have lost and won, and I think you are at a point where you know what you want and you also know what you don't want, you know. So please keep focusing on what you want, because this will come in much sooner. And for my singles in this pile, I would say you're only going to meet this person after like after a really shitty relationship. So, you know, if you just got out of if you just got out of a shitty relationship, just expect to meet the person very soon, because you both will be getting over a heartbreak by the time you meet each other, and you're going to help each other heal. Any additional messages? I think communication will be very slow, but when it takes off, it will take off. You know, so it's going to be a rather gradual relationship that is going to take its own sweet time to grow. But I think when it will grow, it'll be the most unmovable thing in your life. You know, it's going to be, this person is really going to be your rock. I'll shuffle some oracle. Anything I missed here, Spirit? Okay, pile number 2, we had quite a few cards that just fell out. You know, so Spirit really wanted me to take these cards. We have God, Goddess, we have Femme Fatale, Scribe, Samaritan, and King. So, you know, you're going to be divine counterparts. We have God and Goddess. You know, this is going to be a this is going to be a soulmate twin flame connection. You know, if you've been hoping for that, this is it. It's going to come much sooner than you think. And we have the Femme Fatale and Scribe, and the Femme Fatale reads, highlights the erotic energy of the feminine, opens your heart when dependency is rejected. So I think the way I'm reading the Femme Fatale card in this reading is, you really have to put the focus on yourself. And the more you focus on finding yourself beautiful, finding yourself attractive, and really pouring that unconditional love into yourself, the more you're able to do it, the faster this person will come in. And we have the Scribe, which reads, preserving knowledge and information, and the Shadow attribute, altering facts or plagiarizing others' work. So the way I'm reading the Scribe card here is, your person is someone who probably writes things. You know, they could have a blog of some kind, or they write poetry that they may share with you much later on. But this is someone who definitely makes a mental note of anything and everything that happens, even the smallest of the tiniest details. It's almost like an author trying to capture a sunset in their prose. You know, so there's nothing that really misses this person's eye, even if they seem aloof, even if they seem a little lost, they're probably really fucking observant, you know, so be careful. Yeah. And we have the Samaritan card, which reads, it refines your capacity to help those you would prefer to ignore. So I think when you meet this person, you know, you're going to eliminate more boundaries, or I feel, you know, this may be the opposite. You know, I think your person will be more open to all kinds of people that they haven't exactly been in their past. I think in the past, they sort of grew up in a bubble, they sort of grew up in a shell, and they only grew up with people like them around them. So, you know, your soulmate may probably be someone from a different race. You know, you could have some significant age difference or like race difference or something like that. But when you come together, you know, you'll really be able to expand each other's hearts, which you have definitely buried under all this pain, you know. And we have the King card. So you are going to meet this person when you're at the top of your game. You're not going to meet this person when you're broke, you're down and out, you know. And this is the cliche with love, I feel, you know, in general, that you're not going to be meeting the one till you fully complete yourself from within. And I think that is the goal over here. You know, you have to be self-contained in every sense, and only then will you be able to even come together with this person to create something bigger, something more beautiful, something more grand, you know. So I would take that as a really positive sign, you know, because most of the time you're seeking love out of desperation, and that never ends well for anyone. You know, you can look at your own past, you know, for that fact. Any other messages? Yeah, so that's all I have for my pile number 2s. Again, it's a general reading, so please take what resonates, leave the rest. And if you like my style of reading, please like this video, share, subscribe, comment. It means a lot. It helps the channel grow. And please do go check out the extended reading on Divine Energy Tarot's channel. I'll try to link that reading in the description box below. But please do go check out her reading and her other readings on her channel. She's a great tarot reader. And if you want to reach out for a private reading, you can definitely do that. My email ID and my Instagram handle are given in the description box below. And I will see you guys in the next reading. Thank you. Hello, pile number 3. If you chose the Unrequited Desire card, this is your reading on what is your first impression of your future spouse. So we're asking angels, ancestors, spirit guides, ascended master, star family today. What is pile number 3's first impression of their future spouse? We thank you for these clear, concise, and accurate messages. We thank you for always guiding us, especially when we need it the most. What is pile number 3's first impression of their future spouse, spirit? Okay, pile number 3, we have Knight of Wands, 4 of Wands, 9 of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, the Devil, King of Cups, 7 of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, and Ace of Cups. So your very first impression of your future spouse is going to be that this is someone who's very, very well-to-do. This is someone who's very much, the king or the queen of their domain. And your first impression, you will be able to sense that they are perhaps a little more extroverted than you are. This person is not really afraid, and they're very charismatic. So a lot of people like them, and they do well under pressure, and they do well with a lot of attention. So I feel this person is very much in the public eye in some way, or they have that they perhaps do some kind of work where they're very visible to a lot of people. And I feel this person has a lot of suitors. And like I said, I think first you may think that this person is sort of like a player, but you will realize soon enough that this person is very, very deep. And I feel on your first impressions, you will be able to sense that they're very, very hyper independent, and perhaps this is coming from a space of them having been with people who were really not on their level. And I feel this is reflected on you too. I feel you have been with some really ugly people. You have been with some really horrible partners that you were just settling for out of love. So I feel this person is definitely going to be a divine counterpart to you. And this person may not come off as someone who's very, very rich. They may sort of try to downplay their generational wealth, because I feel a lot of them have generational wealth over here. For a lot of y'all, I'm picking up here that your person may be a Capricorn, or they may have some certain Capricorn placements, or you could be the Capricorn. I'm also getting Virgo. I'm also getting Taurus over here. I'm also getting Sagittarius and Aries. But your first impressions of your future spouses, they're going to be very, very handsome, or they're going to be really, really beautiful, whatever you're into over here. This person is going to be very appealing to you and all 5 of your senses. And we're going to just say that, we're going to keep it PG-13 over here. But we have the Wheel of Fortune here, so it's going to be a very happenstance meeting. I think you will meet this person when you have no hopes, and you have completely given up on the fact that you will ever even meet someone worthwhile, So you're only going to meet this person when you have completely given up on love, and you're just fed up, and you're just sort of over it. And I feel this will be a really challenging relationship for both of y'all, because I'm sensing that there may be certain age difference, or you may sort of it may sort of even be like a same-sex relationship. So you may have a lot of these hurdles that you sort of have to get over, other people's approval, all that nonsense, which you will be able to, because this is obviously your future spouse, and I think you will instantly know that this person is going to definitely push you off the edge. On this Unrequited Love card, she's sort of on the edge, and she's letting go of everything she ever knew, and she's sort of embracing the sky, the wind, and the water. And I feel this relationship is really going to really trigger you. And I have a lot of people who come to me for love readings, and people always ask me, when am I going to meet the person? And most of the time when they ask me that question, I pull the Wheel of Fortune, and we have the Wheel of Fortune here. And by that, what I mean to say is, just imagine all your karmic relationships, all the horrible, ugly people that you have dated, and that luckily hasn't worked out for you. Just imagine all the so much amount of trigger that they did, the amount of trigger that your exes have given you, so this person is actually for you. This is like a high level twin flame soulmate relationship. So you can only imagine how triggering this relationship is going to be. It's going to be very, very triggering. And I think what is going to really upset you in the long run with this person before you end up together is, I think they may push you away. They may get very scared of the intensity, because I don't think both of y'all have ever experienced anything like this. So it's really going to push you both far, afar from each other. And that's going to be very, very helpful and beneficial, because that will help you realize your own worth, and it'll help the other person also realize your worth, and we'll take that as confirmation. So it's going to be a very, very challenging relationship, and I feel at times you may feel that this relationship is really not taking off the ground, so there may be a certain amount of disappointments at your end, but that is just a way for you to heal yourself. This relationship is really going to highlight parts of yourself that you truly need healing from, that you haven't completely healed from, that you thought you had healed from. Healing is truly not linear, and you're going to really realize how non-linear healing is. But you're definitely going to meet this person when you're pouring more into yourself. So if you're not, this is your sign to really, really start pouring into yourself. And you will also be able to tell that this person has a lot of love for themselves by the way they sort of project their identity outwards. They may dress very well, they may work out, they may have a very ideal body frame, body structure. So this person is very, very conventionally good looking. And I think your first impressions, I think you will just know that this person is it. I think when your eyes meet, you will just have the sense of, okay, this person is really the one. And I think you will also feel very triggered at that time, because I think you subconsciously understand the unresolved karma that you have with this person. And I'm really picking up that this is not someone from your past in this life, but this is definitely like a past life relationship that never took off the ground, or hasn't taken off the ground in many past lifetimes. And this is the lifetime that you have come together to be together. So you're going to definitely end up with this person, and you're going to create something very, very beautiful, needless to say. And I think on your first impressions, you will just not be able to take your eyes off each other. They may have very pretty eyes, they may have green eyes, they may have blue eyes, they may have hazel eyes, they may have really light brown eyes, but you'll just not be able to take your eyes off this person. And I think that's going to be a very, very mutual feeling. And I think there's going to be a lot of physical attraction. We're going to keep it very PG-13 over here, but there is going to be a lot of physical attraction. And I think you both will really be fighting that intense magnetic pull that you have towards each other, because I feel like here you will probably meet through a friend, or you will meet through a colleague, or it'll be a work situation. And you're definitely not meeting this person online. This is definitely not giving me online energy. This is someone you meet at a pub, you meet at a bar, a club, someone you meet through like a work meeting, something along those lines, maybe at a music festival for some of y'all. But you're not going to meet this person, online for sure. And I'm seeing a lot of blue over here. I mean, this is the Edmund Dulac Tarot, but there's a lot of blue even on the Unrequited Desire card. So I think you will meet this person around the time that you finally start speaking your truth, and you start embodying your truth in every sense. You're not going to care about how many feathers you're ruffling here, so to speak. You're really, really going to speak your truth, and you're going to really just nail your truth. And you're going to fight for it no matter what. And I feel that is when you will meet this person. And I feel you specifically have been in a lot of relationships where you really had to water yourself down. You had to let go of your own personal desires, ambitions to make the other person happy. But this is not going to be like that. I see that you are also working on your own independence, and this person is really going to come together with you, and they're going to help you tend to your garden. You're going to create something very, very beautiful when you come together. And for a lot of y'all, I feel you will even have like a business together. And I know this is like a first impressions reading, but it sort of took like a life of its own over here. So we'll just trust the spirit when it comes to things like this. But I feel on your first impressions, you will just know that you can create a house with this person and it's going to be a loving home, because I think the deepest desires you ever have or ever will have is the need to want to have a space to belong and to have a loving home. I think you haven't really had that growing up. So I feel in this relationship, it's really, really going to be all that you ever imagined and even more. And I feel you are a little old school, and so is your partner. You may want to have a very traditional way of living. You may want to have a very traditional power dynamic between y'all as a couple. And there's nothing wrong with that as long as you both are, cool with it and consensual about it. But there is a lot of love here, and it's going to be an uphill battle to be with this person. This person is literally going to push you to the edge. This person is going to push you to the limits. This person is really going to give you, a lot of hell before, you create heaven on earth here, so to speak. And there is a lot of residual karma between y'all that you will have to resolve in this life. And by that, what I mean is, specifically for this pile, what I'm getting is, they may be already in a relationship, or maybe you are the one who's already in another relationship, or maybe they have already been married, or they have another child or something. So all those things have to be factored in, but they will sort of find a way to be with you because they will realize that there is nothing greater for them in this life but you. And I feel that is going to be a very mutual feeling for both of y'all. But it's really going to be a test, and I think what people don't understand about soulmate twin flame connections is, you have made a pact with this person to come on earth to become the highest version of yourself. And we can't become the highest version of ourselves in like a comfortable zone. We don't grow in comfort at all. We never grow in comfort. And I'm a Taurus, and I'm saying that. You really have to be okay being uncomfortable for long periods of time to truly make any sort of growth. A basic example, you have to keep hitting the gym till you get the muscles, right? Till your muscles tear, wear, and they sort of get bigger. It's the same sort of principle over here that you have to apply. You're going to really come together, and you're going to fall apart, and you're going to fall apart personally in your own life, and you're going to be able to come together and then become the highest version of yourself. It's a very shamanic relationship. You have to sort of destroy yourself in the process to again be rebuilt into the more purer, finer version of yourself. This is evolution to the max. And your soul has signed up for this, so don't blame me. I'm just reading the energy over here. But I think you will just have like a flash of vision. I'm just getting like Raven from That's So Raven, when she just stops and she looks and she stares into the space. It's sort of like scrying. You're just going to get visions when you see this person. When you look into this person's eyes, when you lock your eyes together, you're just going to have visions on your first impression. And I think this is also going to scare you. And it's obviously going to scare your partner as well, your future spouse. But it's going to be a very scary, but still a very fun, something. It may even sort of be like a taboo relationship. There may be an age difference. You may be from different races. I'm also picking up a lot of same-sex energy. You may even be trans. But don't worry, you will be able to marry this person legally on paper. So if you're worried about that, if you're worried about your parents' approval, don't worry about it. You will eventually get it. You're destined to have love in this life and to have a genuine, loving connection. But I think what you need to do is you completely need to surrender. I feel a lot of y'all are very desperate right now. And if you try to attract anything out of desperation, it never goes well, especially love, especially romantic relationships. Just look at your own past. Nothing good can come out of desperation. And that is just a sign that you truly have to go deeper and look inwards and, really heal those parts of yourself that you thought you had healed. Again, healing is a very big thing over here. This person is only going to trigger you so much so you can heal. So please don't forget this. This definitely feels like love at first sight, but I can't do anything about it syndrome. To me, this is sort of giving the right person wrong timing. Pile number 3. And I know that's very painful to hear. That's not something everyone wants to hear, but that's what it's giving. And it's going to take a lot of sacrifice from both your ends to want to come together and be together. For a lot of y'all, I feel you may even move. You may move cities. You may move countries. You may have to completely leave your old life behind to be with this person. So this relationship is definitely going to come at a cost. that you may not like, but that is exactly what you need. You know, this person is sort of going to be your ticket out of your own problems. Not in like an escapist way, but as in like a final savior kind of way. And I feel this person has that, you know, I feel, yeah, so like I was saying, you know, I definitely feel this person has like savior daddy complex. And I feel even you used to be quite the damsel in distress. So, you know, you can just reverse those roles however it fits your situation. But I think you will stop feeling so much distressed, you know, and I think you will be more empowered. And I feel this person will also sort of step out of this need to want to save other people, you know, or you know, energy is very fluid, so it could be vice versa. But you're really going to let go of these older narratives of who you were in your relationships, and you're going to really let that go, and you're going to meet each other at equal terms and honest terms. So there's not going to be any space for manipulation, any lies, any sort of misinterpretation, to just be with each other. You know, you're going to be very, very honest, you know, and I think that this is another very beautiful thing about your relationship. You're going to have great communication. You know, you're going to genuinely have great communication, and you're going to leave nothing to sort of, you're going to leave nothing to imagination over here. You know, you're going to be very clear about what you expect and what you deserve and what you're going to get. And it is going to be a very fulfilling relationship by the end of it all, you know. And I'm definitely seeing marriage. I mean, obviously, this is a future spouse reading. So, and by that, what I mean is, I definitely feel that both of y'all will leave where you are currently and you will move in together somewhere else. Yeah, so it was a lot. Pile number 3. You know, I know it was a first impressions reading, but just it really took on a life of its own. Shuffle some oracles, see if anything I missed over here. We have Hermit, Detective, and Companion. So the Hermit card reads, seeks solitude to focus intently on inner life, serves personal creativity, shadow, withdraws from society out of fear of negative judgment of others, refusing to help those in need. So I feel you have been single for a very, very long time. And you know, you're going to come out of this solitude. You're going to really come out of the solitude and you know, be with the person that you have been meant to be with. And we have the Companion, which reads loyalty, tenacity, and unselfishness. So like I said, you know, you're going to really come together and create something beautiful. It's going to be an equal exchange. I'm seeing 2 women on this card, so you know, if this is a same-sex relationship, don't worry, you know, you will be able to come together very effortlessly and get married on paper if that's what you want over here. And we have Detective, great powers of observation and intuition, desire to seek out the truth, shadow attribute voyeurism, falsifying information. So with the Detective card, I feel you're not going to leave anything unturned. You know, you're not going to leave any stones unturned. You know, you're going to, like I said, you're going to have great communication. So, you know, and I feel this person may not tell you what you need to and you want to hear right away, but it's going to come. This person will open up to you and bare their heart and soul to you. You know, your love is not going to be so unrequited after all. Your desires are not going to be as unrequited that they perhaps have been in your past life or in your past relationships. This person is really going to come and give you the world. But then again, the catch here is this person will only come and give you the world when you're able to give it to yourself. You know, so you have to really feel empowered. Any other messages? Yeah, so that's all I have for my pile number 3s. Again, it's a general reading, so take what resonates, leave the rest. And if you like my style of reading, please like this video, share, subscribe, comment. It means a lot. It helps the channel grow. And please do go check out the extended reading for this reading on Divine Energy Tarot's channel. I'll try to link her reading in the description box below. She has done the extended on what is your future spouse's first impression of you. So please do go check out her reading on her channel. She's a great tarot reader. You know, please subscribe to her, subscribe to me, you know, spread the love, share the love. And if you want to reach out for a private reading, you can definitely do that. My email ID and my Instagram handle are given in the description box below, so you can definitely reach out. And I'll see you guys in the next reading. Thank you.